Quiet on the set!
Welcome back to my channel. I'm a self-taught visual artist, and I'll be sharing a look behind the scenes of my creative process as I work on a new picture book project. Today, I'm working on a pencil sketch of a raven. Let's get to it. The hardest part of any new sketch or illustration is facing down the blank page. If anyone tells you they're not intimidated by that, they're lying. I'll often use reference images, this in black and white so I can see the right contrast. I could trace the image, but I wouldn't improve my powers of observation or drawing skills. Art creation is, in my opinion, more about the process than the finished product in many ways. I'm old school when it comes to art creation. My tools are pencils, erasers, rulers. I do use my computer to clean up my finished pieces prior to printing, but the heavy lifting happens on the literal page. Some artists can sketch out a new drawing with a few pencil strokes. For me, the process is one of gradual, incremental refinement. Honestly, the beginning stages of a new illustration is always the most difficult. Once I have the skeleton sketched out to my satisfaction, then things start to feel a little more enjoyable. I always knew I wanted to be an artist. Ever since I was a child, I was fascinated by images that I saw in magazines and was particularly drawn to the psychological aspects of advertising. So I thought I would go into graphic design and work for an advertising firm. My parents were not as keen on my choice of art as a career. In fact, when I announced that I was planning to go to art school, they sat me down at the kitchen table and threatened to kick me out of the house if I pursued art as a career. As it turned out, I was able to convince them that it was better for me to try my hand at it rather than live with regrets the rest of my life. I chose a small niche art college and attended for 1 year. After that first year was complete, I changed my mind and decided to go into corporate world instead. Over the course of the next several years, I worked in various office settings, and eventually I got a job at an art gallery. Working as an artist's rep for the next several years, I became what Julia Cameron calls a shadow artist in her book, The Artist's Way. I had no problem supporting other artists in their career, but it would take me several more years before I would return full circle to my own calling as an artist. It still took me a long time before I felt comfortable calling myself an artist, and I experimented with a lot of different mediums before I landed on watercolor illustration as my preferred medium and style. I don't know that I will ever consider myself proficient in my chosen field. There's always so much more to learn and so much more room for improvement. I think I will spend the rest of my life improving and refining my particular art form and perhaps experimenting with others. I don't take full credit for any of the work that I do. I sincerely feel that I am more of a conduit. Art creation, by its very nature, is a solitary pursuit, which suits my personality perfectly. Lately, I've felt called to go back to basics and work on my drawing skills to help build a strong foundation. And I think that's that. Slightly stylized, finished, not perfect. Thanks for joining me in my studio today. If you like what you see, hit like and subscribe. In the meantime, if you'd like to see more of my work, my website is CarolynEnkelDesign.com, and I'm Carolyn Enkel Design on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks so much for watching.